So, hello, Tima. I feel the spark in my marriage is dying. I am a married woman who got married 4 years ago with my husband, and I live in separate towns due to our jobs. I'm a teacher in Ho, and he's an auditor in the Ashanti region. I only go to his place every 2 weeks, weekend to be precise, to prepare his meals and clean up the house and other chores until we vacate. Then I finally come home. My husband was very my husband was everything I needed in a man. We were both happy and at peace in the marriage. It got to a time the transportation from Ho to Ashanti region every 2 weeks was draining, so he suggested I come during my vacations only. So I stopped going there every 2 weeks and only visited during vacations, and sometimes he comes over too when he's on leave. 2 years into the marriage, I started battling PID, pelvic inflammatory disease. Tima, it was hell. I was moving from one hospital to the other, and after treatment, it comes back over and over again, just like that. So my doctor suggested I hold on sexual activities with my husband for a while. Because the doctor himself couldn't understand why it kept recurring, even after treating my husband and I together. So for like 6 months, I wasn't having sex with my husband, and he wasn't bothered about that. He sounded so understanding. Of course, he has always been an understanding man. Tima, the infection never returned after I stopped having sex with my husband. I reported back to the doctor, and the doctor asked to see my husband alone. That's another story. Fast forward, I thought after him seeing the doctor alone, we're good to make babies. We started being intimate, then boom, the infection came back, and this time I wish I was dead. It came with multiple sized, and the pain was unbearable. I then started suspecting so many things. So I decided to investigate my husband. I went to his place straight from work, from Ho to Kumasi one evening without informing him. Tima, immediately I got to the room, I knew something wasn't right. And also he was acting up. I eventually saw a lady's bag in his wardrobe, which wasn't mine. I asked him and he told me a lot of lies to convince me, but I wasn't convinced. At midnight that day, I went through his phone and found out he's been cheating on me with one low-life girl for a whole 2 years. I got so angry. I confronted him the next morning and he started begging and crying. I couldn't believe that my husband will bring in another girl and watch me suffer through all these infections day in, day out, which was preventing me from getting pregnant. The girl is even young, like 22 years, who is probably not sleeping with my husband alone, and clearly where my infection was coming from. And on top of that, on our matrimonial bed. Wow. I was just silent when he was begging and crying that night, telling me he didn't know how to put the girl in her place because she kept coming over unannounced without invitation after their first encounter. I was shocked. This confrontation happened in April this year and he has been begging since. But I just can't see myself forgiving him. I have frustrated him with my anger since April. I remember one of the days his boss called me to ask if my husband was okay because he caught him crying in his office. I know within that I have frustrated him with everything in me, which is also making me feel bad, but I can't help myself. I need help. Now I want to forgive him, but I don't know how and what will help me forgive him. He made a statement today that made me fear. He said, one day you will wake up and find me dead in our bed because I'm overthinking and don't know how to restore your trust. I have begged since April till now, and I'm not seeing any signs that would forgive me. That you would forgive me. I have done everything. I texted the girl not to step a foot in my house anymore and sent you the screenshots. I'm always taking painkillers because headache is killing me. I feel bad. Married women who have been in this situation, please tell me how to go about this. I really want to let go, but the fact that he knew he was the one causing by infection and infertility, but was silent and still sleeping with a girl, keeps ringing in my head. I want to forgive him and never go back to that again. But I'm finding it so hard to forgive him. Anytime I remember that my husband has been sleeping with this small girl for 2 years, then I'm pained. How do I do it? Note, I haven't told any family member about it because I want us to solve this within ourselves. My marriage is not a happy place anymore. I haven't been happy since April. My husband is also growing lean. We can be in a room and I wouldn't talk to him till I leave his place. He will beg me with tears that I reply him, but I don't. I feel bad, Tima. I want to let go. Please help me on how to regain my peaceful home back. Oh, wow. That's quite a lengthy one.
This is Hits.